Very happy New Year. Great to see you all, and great to see some old and familiar faces, but also some new fresh faces as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I have been a few hours ago to the Acting Governor to request that the Legislative Assembly be dissolved and that election be called for Saturday the 31st of January 2015. I make the point that right across Queensland right now, Queenslanders are getting back to work, and so should the political leaders of the state. In making the decision to request a 31st of January election date, this was the single most important thing for me, and that is this point, that Queenslanders don't want, and they certainly don't need, months of endless politicking and uncertainty as people jostle up to an election date. We can't afford to lose one day because that's bad for the economy and it's bad for jobs. We need to get on with the job, ladies and gentlemen, of providing the certainty for business so that they can employ people, so that we can continue to see the economy of this great state repaired. And that's what we've been about for the last 3 years. I was very, very pleased to hear, I should say, that over the Christmas New Year period we saw very strong retail sales. The record shows that they're the best for many, many years. And that just shows what we've been saying for some time, that the Queensland economy this year will become the lead economy of any Australian state. But we need to keep going. We need to push on. And again, we don't want uncertainty caused by a long, drawn-out election period. Now, I want to make the point that I see this as the most important election for many, many years. And I want to tell you why, and I want to tell Queenslanders why right now. This is a fantastic state to live and work and raise your family. Undoubtedly the best state in Australia. And I am absolutely convinced, ladies and gentlemen, that we have a bright future. But there is much uncertainty around at the moment, and certainly in Australia, domestically, and obviously world uncertainty. And it's really important that we keep Queensland on track to secure that bright future. Over the last 3 years, through strong economic management, my team and I have seen real progress in turning around health, in education, in creating jobs, and also making Queensland a safer place to raise your family. There are runs on the board, but I say this, there's more work to be done, and there's a lot more that I would like to do with my team, but we've got to stay the course and keep on track. I pledge today that if we're re-elected, we will keep working hard on our 4-pillar economic plan, a long-term plan: tourism, construction, agriculture and resources, boosting those to create jobs and services for Queenslanders. I make the point today that because of the strong decisions we made over the last 3 years, we have very good financial foundations, and we're now starting to see the ability to put more money into schools and hospitals, to give our police better resources, and to ensure that all frontline services are boosted as we go forward. And also the delivery, of course, of infrastructure. And we have the Strong Choices plan, which I'm happy to talk about today, in relation to funding $8.6 billion worth of job-creating infrastructure, creating potentially 33,000 jobs, with some of the other initiatives in the package as well. My point is this, and I'm coming to the end, I'm about to wind up. We cannot afford to go off track right now. In uncertain times, you need strong leadership, a strong plan, and a strong team to deliver for you. And that's what Queenslanders have in the LNP Newman team. I make the point to Queenslanders that we simply can't have the sort of political chaos that we've seen in other states, and sadly at the federal level in the last few years. That's a very real possibility, because this is going to be a tight election. And Labor, through the support of wasted votes going to independents and minor parties, could fall across the line. Anastasia Palaszczuk could be the next Premier of Queensland if people buy some of the nonsense that the Labor Party is spouting. The Labor Party have had almost 3 years to develop their own plan, a vision for Queensland. They've had plenty of staff, but even today they still are not able to release their vision and plan for Queensland. So in summary, ladies and gentlemen, the choice is extremely clear in this election. You can vote for a strong, united LNP team with a strong plan for the future of this state, particularly focusing on jobs in the economy and reaping the rewards of the hard yards that have been done over the last 3 years, or you can bring back Labor with the support of independents. You can have chaos and uncertainty, and you can see the hard-won gains of the last few years being lost. And that would be a sad thing, and I don't want to see that happen to my state, the state I love. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what this election is all about. I ask Queenslanders to think long and hard about the decision. I would recommend that they really do give more thought to this election than they have for many, many years. It's that critically important to the future of them, their families and, of course, their kids.